and welcome back to another episode. I'm freezing, Nat.
I know it is really cold here in Brisbane today. It's
It
even like a bit
is.
overcast and like almost foggy.
Oh, I'm shivering because I decided to eat a yogurt and it had frozen berries on top, so that just added to my feeling of cold. It's not really the weather
Yeah,
for
that's
frozen,
no, it really isn't.
but my tea's cold too. Do you find that you are drinking less water in the winter than you would drink in the summer?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very mindful because obviously being a clinical nutritionist, I know the benefits of drinking more water, but it's more of a concerted effort
To do
to
that.
do that because
Mm.
we are naturally not as thirsty in winter.
In the winter. Well, today
Mm.
I wanted to talk about could your body be sending mixed signals? Is your
Mm.
body dehydrated or are you feeling anxious? Because dehydration can actually cause symptoms that are similar to having a panic attack. So you can feel anxious, you can feel dizzy, you can feel foggy, you can get irritable. You can have a racing heart, and immediately your body starts to think there's something wrong. And so you jump to a bit of a panic. But in fact, what if it's just the fact that you are dehydrated? So we're going to touch on that today, Nat. I'm very excited. And we're going to
Yes.
be talking about
Yes.
water and drinking a lot. So I feel like I'm going to be getting those cues to keep having a drink of water. I find when
I know,
people
I've
talk
got
about
my
water, I drink water. It's like my brain's like, oh, yes, I need to drink water. And I wonder if you're
Mm.
listening, if you've gone to go and get a drink of water because you've realized that your body is just simply thirsty right now. So, what do you think? And because it's winter, do you find that in the summer you would drink more because your body's sweating, so you naturally know that your body's, removing waters like liquids from your body? Do you find that you don't carry your water? I carry my bottle around in winter as well, but some people
I
will
do
carry
too.
it more with them in the summer because it's hot outside and they know they need it.
Yeah.
Um, do you find that you would drink more coffee and tea in winter, which can actually, depending what kind of tea you drink, it can actually dehydrate you when you're drinking more
Yeah.
coffee and hot
Yeah.
drinks?
It's a diuretic, can be a diuretic.
Yes, because in summer your body's screaming for water, but in the winter it has these silent little whispers. And I wonder how much water people are actually drinking right now in the winter.
Mm.
So I wanted to, maybe you can do the little bit of sciencey talk because, I don't know how you became the science lady on this podcast, but you're
I'm the science
totally
person now.
you're actually the woo woo lady. We kind of
Yeah,
switched roles a little
I'm
bit,
both.
haven't we?
I'm both.
You're both. I just mentioned before some of the symptoms of dehydration, but I thought maybe you could talk about what actually happens when we're dehydrating, because dehydrated, because there's actually a nervous system connection. What's going on there? Like you're not just thirsty, your body's at a
Yeah.
deficit. Something's happening, and we're saying anxiety is a messenger, so maybe it is making you feel anxious. And
Yeah.
maybe it's telling your body, hang on, it's getting dangerously low levels of water here. My brain's not working. Let's fix it. And what's actually happening there?
Right. Well, yes, when we're dehydrated, our first of all, our blood volume drops, which means that our heart has to work harder. Now, of course, when we all know when you've got anxiety, we're very, very conscious of our heart and
Mm,
whether it's, pounding or whatever. So that could be what is going on. That also then increases our heart rate, which then
mm,
makes our blood pressure can then fluctuate as well, which again
mm.
can happen with anxiety. This is where it can be like, oh, is it anxiety or is it just I need some water? And then, of course, because of that, we then get less blood flow to the brain. So then, of course, our brain perceives that there is this stress on the body. So
Mm.
then,
Yep.
you've got to ask, is the brain noticing that the body is under stress? And could it interpret that as danger? So that
Yeah.
can look like a racing heart, as you said, racing heart, dizziness, brain fog, fatigue, irritability, difficulty concentrating, or just feeling off. You can also experience headaches,
Headaches is
lightheadedness.
one for me. Mm.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. And poor concentration,
I
which
find it happens
all
in the
has
afternoon.
symptoms.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
find for
same.
me, I like in the afternoon, I might be maybe I might feel a bit tired. Tiredness is like fatigue is the biggest notice for me.
Mm,
Because I'll be
yeah.
like, oh, why am I so tired? And then I'll realize I haven't drunk water or any liquids all day. And I'm like,
Or
oh no.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
also
And I can't
that's when you
concentrate.
might, yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, because it's affecting your blood volume and your blood pressure and your heart rate, that's when you can also start reaching for those snacks in the afternoon.
Yes. Yeah.
And oftentimes, when you're reaching for those
Sugary snack.
snacks,
Mm.
yeah, your body is actually needing water rather than food. So that's a really good way to determine what's going on. Is it's like
Yeah.
if
I've
you're
heard
feeling
that.
tired and snacky, go and have a big glass of water first. Wait 20 minutes and then see if you still
You're still
need that
hungry.
snack or whether it
Yeah,
was,
because
yeah,
it's not actually hunger, it's your body telling you thirsty. They're very confusing, but
yes.
if you actually slow down and listen, you can sort of
Mm,
realize that you were just thirsty.
yeah.
Interesting, interesting. So I mentioned a few dehydration traps, but some examples are, for example, if you are a go, 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 do, do, do. I say that in nearly every episode. Sometimes I
Me
listen to
too.
our episodes and I'm like, I've said it again.
There
Go,
it
go,
is
go, do, do,
again.
do. It's my catchphrase. And
It is.
I know, right? And you having coffee, like I don't drink coffee, let's be honest. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Go, 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 do, 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 do.
Oh God, no.
But some people drink coffee all morning and they forget their water
Mm,
bottle. And as we were saying, coffee is, did you say diuretic? It's basically
diuretic, yeah.
can make, yeah, you're
Making
running
you pee.
around doing all the things for everyone. Perhaps you're sitting in the air conditioning all day. Oh, that's a big dehydration.
Very, very drying.
Yeah, I don't put my aircon on, but I do find like sometimes I go into big offices or even like in the hospitals and things like that. Even in the winter, they have the
Shopping
aircon
centres,
running and
yeah.
it's dehydrating you. And a lot of people go, oh, yeah, this makes my skin dry. And it's like, well, what's it doing to you internally as well? Like if your skin's dry, like I'm looking at my fingers now and people get dry skin in the winter,
Mm,
it's your
yeah.
body, you know, an extension of what's going on in the inside. I find as well, I don't know if this is you, but for me, whenever I go on an aeroplane, do you say airplane or aeroplane? Are they the same thing?
Yeah.
I say
Well,
one and the
yeah, I
same,
think officially it is aeroplane,
but
but I
people
think
say
most people say
airplane.
airplane. Yeah.
I'm going to say aeroplane. Aeroplane.
Aeroplane.
I find I get so dehydrated when I fly, and I
Yeah.
have to purposely drink a lot of water, which is annoying because you have to get up to use the toilet. Because if I don't, like for example, if I go to Sydney or down south, or it's not that long you're on the plane for, I have a regular. I'm talking about poop here. I have a regular sort of toileting routine, and I find like I
Mm.
get so like there's not enough liquids or it's so dehydrated in my digestive tract that it's all pushed out of whack. And the only thing I can think of is the fact that I sat on a plane. It just must really dehydrate you to sit on an
It
aeroplane.
does. Yes, it
Mm.
does. I mean, I do a lot of flying because I'm flying backwards and forwards to my different clinics, from Brisbane down to Canberra a lot. And
Yep.
yeah, I've always take my water bottle on, not just on the plane, but I pull it. It's the first thing I do when I sit down, pull it out, put it in the pocket in front of me so that I've got that water to drink constantly. Because yeah, flying, that environment is very dehydrating.
Dehydrating. And even like when we mentioned hot weather, but drinking alcohol. So if you like to have a good drink,
Mm.
going to bed, like when I used to drink, I don't drink that often now, but I would always make sure I'd have a big glass of like coconut water or some sort of electrolyte before I went to bed because you would wake up and feeling like your whole mouth was just dry and you'd be like, I'm so
Sandpaper. Yeah.
dehydrated. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that was gross. And being sick
Hmm.
as well, like people get more colds and sicknesses
Sick.
in the
Yep.
yeah, and in the winter time. And yeah,
Yeah.
your body uses up a lot of fluids to keep you. I mean, imagine all the fluids coming out of your body. Ew, ew, ew. You need to
Mm.
be rehydrating back there. What are some other signs that you're dehydrated? When we talk about all the symptoms, but what are some signs? Like you were just mentioning sandpaper mouth. I don't know
Yeah.
if this is a sign because I've Googled it before, but you know how when you go in a pool for too long and you get those wrinkly old fingers? Is that a sign of
Mm.
dehydration? Something going on there because my
I don't know.
fingers are quite
So,
wrinkly at the
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I'm
Yeah.
cold.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
I'm gonna go
I
because
don't
I've
know. I
always
mean, I know
looked
when
at
you're
them and
in
thought
water
I
and you
must be
get crepey.
dehydrated.
Yeah. No,
Crunchy.
I think, yeah, it's not, yeah, it is. I mean, especially if you're sitting in like in a
You're
hot
so funny.
bath. I just like,
Is that
no, because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
literally, it's actually one of my pet hates is those crinkly fingers after being in a hot bath. Like, and I'm literally,
Yeah.
my brain is literally going, you can sit here. I'm sitting here
Yes.
doing this. It's bleh. It's like, for
Yeah.
some people, chalk nails on a
Oh, no,
chalkboard,
don't even mention that. Why would you
blackboard.
mention that?
I'm so well so that you can join me in feeling there at the moment.
Thank you. I think the worst
You're welcome.
dehydration I've felt is when I was in a spa drinking champagne. That's
Oh
just not a
no.
good thing, especially
No,
if the spa is extremely hot. You get out and you're like, oh my
yeah,
God, I
because you're
feel really
sweating.
dizzy, dizzy
Exactly,
and
because you're
headache.
sweating in a hot bath or a hot spa. You're sweating a lot, so of course you are dehydrating a lot.
Yeah. One of the biggest signs is, and I noticed
Uh
this for me, is thirst. Like if you are actually
yes.
thirsty, you've gone beyond dehydration and
Yeah.
it's to the point where you need to drink something. And quite
Yeah.
often it will
You're
take a lot of time to get that, that hydration back if you're feeling it.
yeah. Absolutely. And another one, the biggest one for me is that yellow, like when you've got bright yellow and it's really smelly pee,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
That's how I
so
tell my kids because if they don't flush the toilet, I'm like, someone needs to drink water in this house.
yeah, yeah, 100%. That's the number one, sign for me, apart from like thirst, is
Yep.
yeah, oh, I need more water.
Yeah, yep, yep. And it can play on your moods. I
Mm,
find with the dizziness, if I stand up too fast, sometimes it can be
yeah,
dehydration. And
absolutely. Well,
when
that comes back to because
yeah,
it affects your blood pressure and everything. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, okay, and you're seeing it. It's like you get a free buzz in another
I know,
dimension.
I know,
Woo!
like woo.
And yeah, as I said with moods as well, like I often blame it on my hormones when I'm really irritable and annoyed at people, but can often be
Mm,
dehydration people.
yeah,
Ladies, have you had a drink of water? Maybe it's not because you're due for your period. Maybe it's just because you're thirsty. Mm.
yeah,
So,
exactly.
can we rehydrate quickly? Like, if I'm sitting here listening to this podcast, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I haven't drunk any water. I've got some of these signs and symptoms. Can I just go and drink a big drink of water and it'll go away?
Not necessarily.
Oh, not
No,
necessarily.
no,
And is water the thing that we want to drink? Like I find some people walk around just drinking water all day. Are they actually hydrating their body or are they just putting water in their body?
no. Exactly. What you actually need the electrolytes
Mm.
so that the water gets into your cells because it's your cells that are dehydrated.
Mm.
So just drinking water is not going to get it into the cells. You
Yeah, and
you
depends on the
need those
kind of water you
electrolytes.
drink. There's so many different
Absolutely.
like qualities of water as well.
Absolutely. But like I said, wait 20 minutes or so to see if you start to feel better. If having just water on its own is not really improving your symptoms, one thing I always recommend, and we're going to mention it later, but having lemon water of a morning, I always recommend to my patients putting in a pinch of salt. So a good
Yes.
Celtic salt, or there's lots of salt. So like I've just bought a salt from a particular company. It's a beautiful electrolyte salt. And so it's got the magnesium, potassium, and sodium in it. That is what's going to get the water and rehydrate your actual cells.
Yes, and depending on the level of dehydration, it can take hours. Like I know for
Yeah.
me, I got to the point where I was so I was thirsty, I had yellow pee, I was exhausted, I couldn't concentrate, and it got to the point where I was just trying to guzzle water and nothing was working for hours. It was like I'd gone beyond that, so I just had to lay down. It was like my body's like, no. You just need to stop and then we'll take some time. I guess that's why when hospitals, when they put you on the drip, it's the quickest way to get electrolytes into your body. If you've
Yeah.
gone on a bit of a bender and had too much to drink and you've been throwing up, your body's
Exactly.
like got no fluids, quickly get them in through the to the intravenous, like the boop, and that away we
Yeah.
go.
It's literally
So
saline.
saline
It's salt
solution.
water,
Yeah,
saline solution.
yes. I remember years
But of
ago
course,
when
yeah.
I was going to say when my mum went into hospital years ago and she came out because she was on the drip with like had magnesium and all sorts of electrolytes, potassium. And she came out and she goes, I feel better than I've ever felt before. And I'm like, you're probably always like walking around in a deficit. You're probably always a little bit dehydrated. She's like, I feel amazing. Like, you need to go to the hospital and get on a drip every now and then.
Exactly.
Recharge yourself.
No, yeah, exactly. But on
Yeah.
this, you can actually have too much water too.
Yes, you can.
Drinking too much water, flooding your body with a lot of water can actually be incredibly dangerous. So
Yeah. Don't
it's called
panic chug.
hyponatremia.
Don't do a panic chug like
No,
I did. I'm like, oh my God, I need to drink
no,
about
no,
3 liters
no.
of water, making up for the
Yes.
rest of
And
the
I mean,
day.
exactly. And what is actually happening is that you're flooding your body, and you're consuming the water faster than what your kidneys can excrete it. So
Mm.
it's actually diluting your sodium levels in the blood even further.
Yeah, you can literally drown
So
yourself.
yeah,
It's the
100%.
thing. I mean, you have to drink quite a lot of water
Yeah,
at one point, but you're drowning yourself. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Um,
So yes,
it's probably why,
electrolytes are
like,
important.
I mean, you can drink heaps of water, but still feel pretty awful if you're
Yeah,
not getting the right electrolytes in as well. What are
exactly.
ways that we can easily hydrate ourselves? So if people are listening and are like, well, I don't feel like drinking water in the winter. I kind of have to force myself to that. Nat's
Mm,
drinking water again. So the
yes.
cues. What are some ways that we can sort of hydrate ourselves in winter? I know one for me is warm soups. I love all the
Mm,
soups and stuff. Rather than drinking cold water all day. I don't like cold water anyway.
yeah,
I'm not a fan of cold water.
no. Herbal teas as well. Those beautiful, nourishing, warm herbal teas is another easy way to get water into you, fluids into you.
What sort of herbal teas do you go to? Like what are ones that you enjoy? Like what are you
Well, I
drinking at the
love,
moment?
well, I just had like a green tea. I love green tea with jasmine.
Ah, I do
So you're
like
getting the
green tea.
fragrance of the jasmine. Yeah. I think
Do
everyone
you
knows we
use the
both
tea
love
leaves?
green tea.
I
Um,
do.
yeah, yeah. I do
Do.
when look, sometimes it just depends on if I'm out and about and I've made a cup of tea in a keep cup thing,
Yep.
I've used
A bag. Mm.
a bag. I
Yeah.
try not to, but real
Yeah. You
life
don't need to be
happens. We
perfect.
can't be perfect. Exactly.
Yeah. Can't
Um,
obsess over it.
no, and I love Tulsi tea. Tulsi tea is also really,
Ooh.
really great for anxiety as well.
Mm.
So it's made from the holy basil herb. It's just so, so
I
warming
think I
and
have some of
nourishing.
that.
And it is, yeah, like I love Tulsi tea,
Oh, I love it
especially
too.
for anxiety.
I've been making a big pot of pumpkin soup. My kids love pumpkin
Oh,
soup. I find my
yum.
kids love soup. If I put a dollop of sour cream in the middle and a crusted
Yep.
bread roll, they'll eat anything that's in soup form. And so
Yep.
I often make a big batch and I'll freeze half of it in small doses. And then I pulled one out. So for tonight, I've got to head out, but I pulled one out. They don't eat it as a main meal because my children eat a lot, but they'll have it when they get home from school before they have dinner, and it's just a way to get
Yep.
those veggies in as well. What
Mm.
are some water-rich foods like? there's a lot of foods. Like
Yeah.
when I'm running my workshops, I often tell the kids, when they've got blindfolds on, and I say this one's predominantly made of water, and like they'll be eating cucumber and stuff. There's a lot of veggies and
Yeah.
fruits that are full of
They really
water.
are.
Mm.
Yes, absolutely. So, as you say, cucumber and iceberg lettuce, they have 95 to 96% water.
Mm.
So, obviously, if you're in the northern hemisphere, we have a lot of listeners over in the northern hemisphere. You're in summer. So all those beautiful summer salads and wraps. Um,
Oh, that
in over
watermelon.
here and water, yeah. So celery. So I'm going through so vegetables first. So cucumber and iceberg lettuce, 95 to 96%. Celery is 95% water. It's also high in fiber, and it's great to add to with nut butter or hummus. So zucchini is 94% water. So you can roast it, grill it, turn it into a pasta substitute. So good. And tomatoes are
Mm.
94% water. The top hydrating fruits, you've got your watermelon and strawberries. They're both at about
Watermelon.
92% water. They are also
Jeez.
bursting with electrolytes. So
Yes.
that's a really great way to, if you want to get in, just to add that punch to your water, because I have a lot of people say, I don't like the taste of water. So I always
Yeah.
say add in some fruit. So some watermelon or strawberries,
Mm.
muddle that a bit into your water so you're releasing it. So you're not actually increasing the hydration, but increasing those electrolytes as
Yep.
well.
Yeah.
Instant, easy way
Mm.
to do it.
Fruity water.
Rock, yes. Rock melon, or it's known as cantaloupe over in the northern hemisphere, that's 90% water.
Mm.
It's also got lots of vitamin A, which is also really great for our skin as well. We were talking about that before.
I thought you
Peaches and
said skiing.
oranges.
I thought you said it's great for
Oh,
skiing.
no.
I'm like,
No.
oh, I better have some before I go skiing for
Yeah.
a skin.
Peaches and oranges, which is covering both northern and southern hemisphere. So peaches are so abundant in summer, and here in the southern hemisphere, with it being winter, oranges. They're also high
Mm.
in fiber, vitamin C, and potassium, and
All the
also
things.
plain yogurt. It's about
Ah.
85% water. Yes,
Oh, there you go.
and
Yeah, because I've made my own yogurt, and that's what it's. You got to add the.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You
You don't
forget
think of
that.
things like
So it's
that. Mm.
no. So having some yogurt, which we both just had some yogurt with some fruit. We've
Mm.
just got a whole,
Maybe not
big
frozen
wrap.
fruits like I did.
Yeah, don't no, I don't have frozen fruit like Sammy. But of course, with the plain yogurt, you're also getting those probiotics, so that health for your gut, so that gut-brain connection, and also some
Mm.
calcium, which calcium is our calming blanket as well on our nervous system.
Mm. I love all these things. You're making me hungry.
Yes.
My kids
And
have
then,
for
of course,
breakfast, they have oats and things like that.
oats. Yeah. Oh,
Porridge.
porridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's my go-to. I have oats in summer, and now in winter I have porridge.
I
Beautiful.
love it. I love porridge.
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah.
man's
I
food. I
loved
find that all
I
the poor
do.
man's food are the yummiest of all the foods.
They are, and you can add in all of the goodness to improve and increase the nutrient. Um, I can't even
Levels?
think of the word. Levels. Yeah, that'll do. Sorry, my brain
You're
just
like
had a little.
me.
No. So, number one, adding in a teaspoon of cinnamon, really great for lowering and regulating our glucose levels.
Mm.
And then adding in some nuts and seeds, I always do. So things like your pumpkin seeds, pepitas, they're really high in
I love
magnesium.
them. Yep.
Yes, sunflower seeds. I chuck in goji berries, and then I
Mm.
also add in some blueberries and some walnuts and stuff. So you can have such a beautiful, dense, rich, nutrient-dense meal just through porridge.
And using the whole oats, not the quick oats. Like I often will
No,
go to
yeah.
friends' houses and they always are, I can always tell they're a little bit, don't look in my
Oh.
pantry because you're a nutritionist. It's
No,
like, no, 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 I'm not judging you. And then I see the box of quick
no,
oats.
no,
I'm
the
like,
microwave.
now I'm
No.
judging you. They're gross. Mind you, I think when I was
They
younger, my
are.
mum used to buy them and I used to have them when I was a kid. But you only know what you know when you're younger, right? So,
Exactly. Or even as you're older, you only know what you know.
Yeah. When
When
you
you
know what you
know
know.
better, you do better.
It'll, yeah, not good for your blood sugars. I mean, they're
No.
cut oats and they're not, they're, yeah. Anyway, bone
Yes.
broths. And I've got a friend, like I go to her house to do some work sometimes and chat and stuff. She has a lot of bone broths to warm her up. But I
Mm,
find if I have too much of the brothy stuff, um, like we've mentioned in a previous episode, the glutamine, like it's not great for that
mm.
pathway for me. But I do love a good like chicken soup, or if I make it from and it hasn't been fermenting for too long, like if I, make a nice brothy soup, I do love the
Mm.
saltiness of that. Sometimes I find when I'm dehydrated, I crave a little bit of saltiness as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because your
Mm.
body's needing that sodium.
Yeah, it's screaming
Our
out for
body is
salts.
all, yes, our body is always giving us signals of what it needs.
And a lot of people don't realize like salt isn't just, it's not table salt. It's the
No.
salts are all the minerals that your body needs. So your body has a lot that it needs. It needs a lot of minerals to run properly. And if you're lacking
Yeah.
any, it causes like a cascading effect in your body. We are chemical beings. That's what happens. There's
We
chemical
are.
reactions happening in our body every day, every second, without us even
Mm.
realizing. And if you don't have the elements in there to make it work, it's not going to work properly. So getting them
No.
in. I find habits as
Yes.
well. I rocked up at my appointment yesterday. I was getting my knee checked through the physio. And what I actually do, which has become a habit, is I always have my big 1 liter, 1.5 liter bottle in the side door of my car. And whenever I stop at the lights or anywhere, I'll have a big drink. And I've noticed that by the time I get to my appointment, I need to pee. And I
Yeah.
feel bad because have you got a toilet here? I've been drinking water, but it's a habit that
Yeah.
I've sort of gotten into.
Yeah.
Do you have
Absolutely.
habits that remind you when to drink or pre
Absolutely. I think I've actually
hydration?
even mentioned this once before in a
Yeah, I feel
podcast,
like you
in an
have. Yeah.
episode. But yeah, and I learned this from my mum. So she always had a clean
Oh, I
glass in
remember.
the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah. And she would, as after she'd gone to do a pee, after she'd washed her hands, she would literally fill it up and have a glass of water. So I
Mm,
naturally started doing it too
do that.
because, you know, you see,
Mm,
you learn from your parents. So it's something that I've always done. And I
mm.
also have another one at the kitchen sink. So if I'm, even if I'm just rinsing out my cup or something, I literally have a glass of water. And it's just automatic now because it's just a habit. So every time I go to the toilet, I have a glass. Every time I'm standing at the kitchen sink, I'll have a glass. As well as I've
Mm.
always got my bottle. And I always start my morning with that glass of warm water with the lemon and electrolytes, and then I follow that with another glass of water just to rinse out the mouth to get rid of the acidity from the lemon
Yeah.
because you don't want to
Mm.
damage your enamel. So they're my
Yes.
habits.
I find
Mm.
sometimes though, depending on what I'm doing for work, I have to change it slightly because if I'm getting up really, really early and I've got to be in the car for a 2 hour drive to get somewhere, like we're driving down to Gerringong soon, which is a 13-hour drive. I can't get up and have all my different hydration things that I have because then my
Yeah.
hubby's like 1 hour into the road trip, he's like, "Do you need to pee already?" I'm like, "Oh, yes. Why didn't you go
Yes.
before we left? I didn't need to go then."
Oh
So
no, even worse. But I did.
I
I need
did,
to
and
go
now I need to
again.
go again. So I have to reduce the amount of water I'm putting in if I'm going to be sitting in the car for that long. But when
Yeah.
I know, like he'll say, "Oh, we're going to stop in about an hour." I'll like, "Okay, I'm going to start drinking water now."
Genau.
By the time we get
Yeah.
there, I can use the toilet. So because you get dehydrated on long car drives. I
Yeah.
time my hydration to when we're going to stop. So a good habit to get into as well is having a drink of water between every drink that you have. Like if you're going out clubbing, I don't know how many people go out clubbing that are listening to us, but if you're going out having a drink with girlfriends, whatever it is, having that glass of water
Mm.
in between to keep yourself hydrated, and or even after drinking coffee, like if you're going out with friends, sometimes I find like if I'm out with friends, I don't really drink coffee, but you'll have one or two, even three sometimes, depending how long you're sitting there chatting with your mates. Oh yeah, I'll have another coffee. Oh yeah, I'll have another one. Or even tea. Like I get pots and of black tea. And sometimes
Yeah.
you can get 3 or 4 cups out of these pots and you just keep refilling and the
Yeah.
next minute you're like, oh my God, and you've got the shakes in the afternoon because not only are you dehydrated, but you you've got too much caffeine in your body. So drinking water around then as well. Um,
Yeah.
yes. So I find a lot of people don't realize how dehydrated our bodies get during winter. Like people assume in the
Mm,
summer your body gets dehydrated, but just because you're not sweating, it doesn't mean that you're not losing fluids. We're still losing water through
no,
other methods, aren't we, Nat?
we are absolutely. So through breathing, people don't realize that we're actually when we're dispelling the air, there's actually water droplets within our breath.
Mm.
Something's
If you
amazing
did
like
you
that.
say
And
if you're breathing? I hope they're breathing. If you're
just
breathing,
kidding.
if you breathe.
If you're breathing, be grateful. It means you're alive.
And if you drink,
Breathing
if
is
you pee a lot. There's some supplements or even medication that you can take that cause you to need to urinate more? Like it can be an illness that you have that causes you to, or even if you're pregnant, you're urinating more as
yeah,
well. So
yeah,
you're still losing water that way. Through your
mm,
skin, like our skin needs to be hydrated. It needs to have some sort of like it can't be dry and pasty. So you're constantly body's sort of pushing that hydration out into your skin from your body. So the drier
yeah.
your skin is, the more drier your insides are going to be. So
Insides. Yeah. And of course,
yes.
digestion. Digestion. We need fluids, we need water to be able to have optimal digestion so that we're not
Mm,
getting constipated and so that everything is working. Just, our entire body
mm,
our organs around it. We've got the fluids, not just in ourselves, but surrounding ourselves. So
mm.
we
Need
need
the
water.
water. And like in the summertime, we always talk about humidity. It's so humid outside. The humidity is
Mm,
the fluid in the air, the hydration, water in the air. In the winter, the air is cold and dry, and so as you're breathing in, because you were talking about breathing before, you're breathing in that cold, dry air. You're not breathing in the humidity and the
moisture. Yeah.
moisture in the air. That's the word I was looking for. Moisture, the fluid in the air, the moisture in the air.
That's
I know
called
what I meant.
rain. That's rain.
But you're not breathing that in. You're breathing in the cold, dry air, and then you get like the cold,
Yeah.
dry, cracky nose and all the
Mm,
things.
all the things.
Yes.
And the
But
split lips,
yeah.
the cracked lips,
Oh,
and
I don't like the cracked lips. I haven't had cracked lips in a while, but I think that's because I'm very
no, I don't.
aware now of my hydration levels. So
Yes.
I found my lips were really dry and cracked as well when my iron and my B12 levels were very, very low and folate. So it's interesting,
Yeah.
like the
When I was
dry,
very low
clacked
in
lips, you know.
B12, yeah, I used to back in my mid 20s when just before I'd had my breakdown, like obviously my body was really struggling, but I had the tops of my fingers were used to split. And I was a
Ah,
dancer and a choreographer back then. And I would notice when I was throwing my arms around when I was dancing or showing, I was a choreographer at this stage, and I'd notice they would split just from the force of splicing my hands and
doing
moving
their
them. And I'd
things.
look down
Your
and
jazz
I had
hands.
yeah, my jazz hands. Um, but they were literally bleeding.
Gosh, from
And
the
that was from
dryness.
yeah. And
Low
that was
everything.
from low, yeah, pretty much low everything, but definitely low B12 and folate.
The split dry nails. Oh God, we could go on
Yeah,
forever here. So a lot of
yeah.
people they go, "Oh, my lips are dry. I need to put more lip balm on. Oh, they're dry again. I need to put more lip balm." What if it's something internally that's happening? Your body's always talking to you. There are signs though, like if you are hydrating and you're getting electrolytes in and you're doing all the things, but those signs and symptoms are still there. Perhaps your urine is still really yellow. Perhaps you're still feeling really dizzy, that could definitely be something else going on. So it's not always dehydration. It can be something a little more sinister going on. And so being
Could
aware
be.
and getting that advice. Don't assume every symptom is dehydration. And don't assume every symptom is anxiety.
I
So
was just about to say that. Yeah, exactly. If you're concerned, listen to your body and go and get appropriate medical advice where needed.
mm. Yeah, definitely. Well, I think this is a nice, short and sweet episode compared to the last one we
Yes,
did, which was a long one.
I know.
Um,
It
do
was.
you want to throw a reflective question out there?
Yes. Okay, so before assuming something is wrong with us, could there be something that our body needs?
Mm.
So
I
just
always
in
assume there's something wrong
tuning
with
in.
me.
I
Yeah.
used to before, yeah, when I
I
had
used to think
anxiety,
everything
definitely.
was me having a panic attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's
But
happening
so
again.
listen, yes. So look at these sorts of things. Look at having, maybe I need more water. Try having some more water. Maybe it's you need some more nourishing foods. Look at that first. So listen to your body. This message we have throughout our entire podcast is,
Mm,
you know, related to the compass points. And it's just like stay curious about
mm,
what your body is doing, where it's pointing to on the compass point for in that particular moment, and see
mm.
what it is that your body needs.
Yes. Well, I've enjoyed this episode. Do you want to throw anything else in
Yes,
or shall we wrap it up?
let's wrap it up. Let's
All
keep
right.
it short and
Well,
sweet.
sometimes the compass points inward, but sometimes the compass points towards a glass of water. So perhaps you just need
Yes.
to hydrate today and your body will feel good. I often wonder, like, if you go to the hospital and ask for a drip for 24 hours and you come out, you realize that all of your problems were because you were dehydrated. Oh, interesting. That's an interesting
Yeah.
thought. All right. Love you, Levius. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Anxiety Compass. If you loved this episode, share it with a friend who needs a little laugh and a lot of calm. We'll see you in the next one. Keep following your true north. Disclaimer time. Sammy and Natalie may be clinical nutritionists, but we're not your personal doctors. What you hear is for learning and laughing, not diagnosing or prescribing. If things feel bigger than you, call your doctor or local support line or reach out to a qualified health professional. They've got your back too.